the Pensions and Amendment Bill. That is the National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2022, brought by the Honorable Didmas Barasa, Kimilini Member of Parliament. And the Pensions Amendment Bill, whose principal objective is to amend the Pensions Act to provide a timeline within which pension shall be payable to an officer. It seeks to remedy the delays that is experienced in payments of pensions to pensioners upon its maturity or the maturity of pension funds. And the bill does not delegate any legislative powers, neither does it limit fundamental rights and freedom. This bill, Bill number 44 of 2022 by the Honorable Didmas Barasa, concerns county governments in terms of Article 110, one of the 2010 Constitution. This is not a money bill for the purposes of Article 114 of the Constitution, and its enactment shall not occasion any additional expenditure of the public funds. We also have motions, that is the policy for the provision of mental health services in all healthcare facilities in our country, that is in the 290 constituencies and the 47 county governments, brought by the Likoni Member of Parliament, Honorable Mishi Mboko. Article 43(1)(a) of our Constitution provides that every person has a right to the highest attainable standard of health, that is, including the right to healthcare services. And mental health is a key determinant of overall health and social economic development. And our Constitution assigns national government the responsibility of matters of health policy. It's a concern that, according to World Health Organization, mental and neurological disorders are common, and about 10% of the global population suffer from at least one mental health disorder at any given time. And the House urges the national government, that is through the relevant Ministry of Health, to collaborate with the county governments in order to develop a policy integrating the mental health care services in all the healthcare facilities in the country, that is the national government and the county governments, in order to achieve a right to the highest attainable standard for every Kenyan, including the right to healthcare services and mental health being a key determinant of overall health and social economic development. And while still on motions, we have the policy and funding for sugarcane farming in the country. That is motion number 24 of 2023 by Honorable Peter Nabulindo. Commercial sugarcane production in Kenya was introduced in the early years of independence with the aim of eliminating dependence on sugar importation and contributing to the economic transformation in the sugar belt and the country at large through agriculture. And while acknowledging that the sugar industry has significantly contributed to the country's national gross domestic product and become one of the largest employers, supported many livelihoods of many Kenyans, both directly and indirectly, it's a concern that over the last 25 years, the sugarcane farming, particularly in Western Kenya, has been declining significantly, dipping the sugar production from over 600,000 metric tons per year in the 1990s to less than 300,000 metric tons in the recent years. And the decline in sugarcane farming has forced the local millers to operate far below the milling capacity. and push the countries to over-rely on the net importation of sugar, which in turn impacts negatively on the balance of trade. And the decline in sugar production is attributed to factors such as the mismanagement or interferences and unfair competitions from the cheap imported sugar into our country. And the state-owned sugar millers like the Mumias Sugar Company and Nzoia Sugar Company ceased milling, while the millers like hundreds of thousands of shillings, while appreciating that the government has been putting in places and strategies, policies and regulations to define the role of millings and the major players and the stakeholders in the sugar industry, that is, in a bid to revamp this sector. It's a concern that the acute shortage of sugarcane resulting from the mass abandonment of sugar farming continues to roll back initiatives for reviving the sugar milling. Investments in sugar revamping companies before reviving sugarcane farming would occasion in the loss of invested public funds instead of yielding success. And it's a concern that the House now resolved that the national government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, to provide policies that every investor miller sets aside some funds for development of sugar farming, to embrace the sugarcane growing and to enhance the cane production in each of the respective zones. It's noted that over the last 25 years, the sugarcane farming in Western Kenya has been declined, dipping the production from the 600,000 metric tons to 300,000 in the recent years. This is owing to mismanagement and importations, making it impossible for the local farmers to compete fairly in the sugar market. You also have a motion on the national sensitization and support for combating sickle cell diseases in our country by Honorable Peter Nabulindo. That is motion number 26 of 2023. Our Constitution on Article 43.1 entitles that every person has a right to the highest attainable standard of health, which includes the right to healthcare services. And in every year, around 14,000 children in Kenya are born, and of those 14,000 suffer from sickle cell disease. That is, with the highest preference rate being within the western part of Kenya, the Nyanza, and the coastal regions. It's a concern that failure to undertake sickle cell treatment and screening at birth has hindered timely administration of appropriate treatment and other mitigation measures to foster high, in fact, mortality caused by preventable diseases like malaria. And the National Population Survey does not include data on sickle cell, and it's a concern that the data and information negatively hinders prioritization of resources and implementation of this. And the quorum has been achieved pursuant to Standing Order 34. And I now take you to the House, where the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly is presiding over today's proceedings. This is the Parliamentary Broadcast Unit in collaborations with KBC. My name is Angela Cheror.
You can put my mic. Okay, honorable members, we may begin. First order.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair. Order number 3, messages. Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Honorable members, we shall deal with papers later, but now we can proceed to the next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, questions and statements.
Member for Kachiliba, Honorable Titus Leto, you have a paper, a statement?
Yeah.
He's not here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I request for a statement regarding insecurity in Kachiliba constituency. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 44-2C, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Defense Committee on Administration and Internal Security regarding a recent attack by bandits in Kasez village in Kachiliba constituency. Honorable Speaker, on Thursday, precisely last week, 25th July 2024, Kasez village in Kachiliba constituency, Kasai ward, faced a reprehensive attack orchestrated by bandits. The assailants, who initially attempted to raid cattle, tragically killed 2 women. One, Mrs. Chemket Longukanyang, of ID number 2074-3245, and Mrs. Chepsangai Rengei, of ID 3195-0149, who are engaged in alluvial gold mining. Ms. Chepsangai Rengei, unfortunately, Madam Speaker, left behind a 5-month-old baby, who is now an orphan. This incident underscores the pressing need to address the security situation in Kachiliba. It is worth noting that the attacks come barely a few months after the ministry deployed the police reservists to the area. Yet the situation remained dire. Recent weeks have witnessed planned and carefully executed attacks targeting innocent civilians, diverting from the belief that these are merely cattle-related thefts. They are not. Something else is underneath. The persistent insecurity has severely disrupted essential services such as education and healthcare, significantly impacting development. As we speak, Madam Speaker, Lonyangalem Primary School has remained closed even after the presidential directive that should be on. Honorable Speaker, it is also worth noting that the attackers of Kasez, Ombelion, Tartar Junction, and Takaywa village have been hiding in a village called Lorogon. This village, despite being geographically located within West Pokot County, has been administered from Turkana County since 1997. These administrative structures raises concern about the village operating as a safe haven for bandits. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Administration and Internal Security on the following. Number 1, a detailed account of the recent attack and the current status of investigations into the matter, particularly the killing of Ms. Chemket Longolenyang and Ms. Cheposangai Rengei. 2, the additional resources or support being provided to strengthen the capacity of security personnel in Kazes village and Kachaliba constituency at large to respond to the perennial security attacks in the region. 3, a report on the immediate and the long-term measures that the government has put in place to address the recent insecurity and recurring bandits attack to enhance security in Kachaliba constituency. And finally, Madam Speaker, the administrative status of Lorogon village, including the reason of it being administered from Turkana County, yet it is geographically in West Pokot County, and measures being implemented to prevent this village from serving as a bandit hideout. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Pukose, I see you pressed the intervention button. Did you want to comment on this?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to comment on this statement by Honorable Lotte, who happens to be also my neighbor within that area. Honorable Speaker, the people of Kachalipa have actually suffered as a result of this issue of cattle rustling. And it will be important that the committee takes this matter very seriously, because when we have loss of life and loss of livestock, and livestock is the only is one of the major livelihoods of the people of West Pokot in that region, I think it is important that the Departmental Committee on Security takes this matter seriously and possibly visits the area to see the challenges the people of Kachalipa are facing, because when the member is raising this issue, it's a matter of urgency, and I think it should be treated as a matter of urgency so that the people of Kachalipa can be reassured of their security and their livelihood. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Okay, there's Chairperson, Committee for Internal Security. Is not here. Any member of the committee? Okay, then Majority Leader, just ensure that the Committee on Internal Security acts on this matter and gives a response within a week. Thank you. Okay, next statement. The Honorable Dorothy Kiara.
Request for statement regarding the status of the Dadan Kimathi University Cancer Management Center. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 44.2c, I wish to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health regarding the status of the Kimathi Cancer Center at Dadan Kimathi University of Technology. Honorable Speaker, the Dadan Kimathi University Cancer Management Center was launched as a crucial healthcare initiative aimed at providing comprehensive cancer services, including research, treatment, and management. The project, financially backed by the Agrarian government, was envisaged to serve as a regional hub for cancer care, benefiting Nyeri and its surrounding counties, and become a national hub for cancer care and treatment. However, it is deeply concerning that despite its critical importance, the project is yet to be completed with little transparency regarding its current status. The urgency of completing this center is underscored by alarming health statistics, which include and indicate that cancer is the third leading cause of death in the country, following in infectious and cardiovascular diseases. Honorable Speaker, Article 43(1) of the Constitution enshrines the right of every person to the highest attainable standard of health, including the right to health care services. As such, the delay in the completion of this project has significantly impacted patients who are forced to travel long distances, often to Nairobi or even abroad, to access essential health care services. Honorable Speaker, it is against this backdrop that I request a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Health on 1, the current status of construction and operation of the Dadan Kimathi Cancer Center project and reasons for delayed completion. 2, the steps the government has undertaken to address the challenges that have led to the delay in the completion of the project and plans for its completion, including specific timelines. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, I think you have to be paying attention to the proceedings so that you make sure I get the mic when I need it, so that I'm not asking you to do it each time. The chairperson on the health.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Honorable Duncan Maina Madenge, the member for Nyeri Town, is a member of my committee and I can confirm that he's been following up on this matter. And I want to assure the honorable member that I'll be able to give a response in 2 weeks' time.
Next order.
Order number 8, the Sexual Offences Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 78 of 2023. First reading. A bill for an act of parliament to amend the Sexual Offences Act 2006.
Next order.
Order number 9, motion. Consideration of Senate amendments to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2022.
Proceed, Honorable Wangui.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Senate amendments to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34, be now considered. Honorable Speaker, this bill came to this House way back, beginning from the last Parliament. It was considered, and when the Parliament adjourned Synod, we had to adopt it this year. This Parliament again, the 13th Parliament. Honorable Speaker, it went through this House until it got itself to the Senate. Members expressed their views. I remember, Honorable Speaker, we did 17 public participations, and much of the information, Honorable Speaker, has been shared in both houses, but the Senate, Honorable Speaker, has felt that a few things have to be changed, and upon bringing it back, Honorable Speaker, this bill has been analyzed by the Committee on Agriculture, and allow me on the onset, Honorable Speaker, to thank the Chair, Committee on Agriculture, and the entire team that they've done a lot of good work on this bill. They've considered several issues, and Honorable Speaker, I'll wish to request that my colleagues help me get to the next level during the Committee of the whole House as they pass this bill now, this motion now, so that, Honorable Speaker, we look at the 11 issues that were raised. Out of the 11, several of them have been considered and accepted by the Committee on Agriculture, and those which the House will feel otherwise, Honorable Speaker, move to the next level. I beg to request my colleagues that you honorably help me to move to the next level. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that Senate amendments to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2022 be now considered. Anyone who wants to Is it the mood of the House that I should put the question? Okay, honorable members, I now put the question that the Senate amendments to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2022 be now considered. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Okay, honorable members, I think we should proceed to order number 11 because it turns out that the sugar bill is not ready for the committee of the whole for now. It's not yet ready. I'm told that there has to be some discussions with the clerk's desk and the committee. So we can move on to number 11 while you consult. Yes. So you can have your conversation while we proceed to order number 11, Honorable Mishimboko. Yes, we have moved to order number 11. You have a motion. Yes. Okay, proceed. Honorable Mishimboko, please proceed while the committee discusses the proceedings next to the committee of the whole. Proceed.
Order number 11, motion, policy for the provision of mental health services in all healthcare facilities.
Thank you, Honorable Madam Speaker. I beg to move this motion that aware that Article 43(1)(a) of the Constitution provides that every person has the right to the highest attainable standard of health, including the right to healthcare services. Further aware that mental health is a key determinant of overall health and social-economic development, recognizing that the Constitution assigned to the national government the responsibility of matters of health policy, concerned that according to the World Health Organization, mental and neurological disorders are common, and about 10% of the population at any given time suffer from at least one mental disorder, noting that patients attending primary care clinics may have diagnosable mental disorders. Deeply concerned that psychiatric units are only available in a few counties, indicating that patients seeking services at all healthcare facilities in most facilities have limited or no access to mental health care services, acknowledging that efficient access to healthcare facilities leads to improved overall health, increased economic productivity, social equity, and improved quality of life. Now, therefore, this House urges the national government through the Ministry of Health to collaborate with the county governments to develop a policy that will integrate mental health services at all levels of healthcare facility to enable all citizens across these services. Honorable Madam Speaker, the mental health crisis in Kenya has reached a critical juncture, and it demands urgent and comprehensive action from the Honorable House. The statistics presented highlighted are deeply concerning. 1 in 4 Kenyans is suffering from a mental health condition, and a significant portion of outpatient cases are related to mental health issues. This crisis has far-reaching implications for the well-being and prosperity of our nation, Honorable Madam Speaker. Honorable Madam Speaker, the right to the highest attainable standard of physical and mental health is enshrined in the Constitution of Kenya 2010 under Article 43(1)(a), which clearly states that every person has the right to the highest attainable standard of health, which includes the right to health care services, including reproductive health care. However, the reality on the ground points a stark picture, Honorable Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I stress the urgent need to tackle Kenya's mental health crisis. The Mental Health Act of 1989 and the National Mental Health Policy of 2015 provide a framework, but they face weak enforcement and clear financial support and conflicting laws. These hurdles contribute to the crisis, with 1 in 4 Kenyans suffering from mental health issues and frequent tragedy. To fix this, I propose reforms and a strong action plan to protect and support people with mental disorders, including more resources and updated policies. Honorable Speaker, for instance, I came to learn that this problem cut across all counties in Kenya, that although our counties might have 1 or 2 mental health facilities, but that even the supply of drug is erratic with frequent shortages, with more counties and having 1 or 2 mental health specialties. For instance, in Kilifi, for example, they found that it only had 2 mental health nurses for a population of approximately 1.2 million people. Madam Speaker, the lack of mental health infrastructure and human resources had a devastating impact on Kenyan communities. Madam Speaker, I want just to note some cases which have just happened in Kenya regarding mental disorder. On 24th January this year, a 34-year-old Evans Master was found dangling from a tree in Kisii. The same day, 72-year-old Maina was also found in Kirinyaga from a suspected suicide. On the very day in Mituni location, Machakos County, David Mutua was found hanging on a sisal rope, dead, Honorable Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, also on January 2nd, 2024, in Kangema Police Station, Murang'a County, a police constable shot himself dead. That same day, in Gusishi Police Station, Meru County, Corporal Simon Gitonga was found lying in a pool of blood, dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Honorable Speaker, also one case happened at the Lunga Police Station, where a police officer shot his wife and also shot himself dead. April 23rd, Oliver Naseria in Kitengela, a 24-year-old living in Kitengela, in a bizarre incident, killed her 2-year-old and consumed her organs all the time, singing and reciting alphabet as the neighbors watch helplessly. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the crisis extends beyond the tragic loss of life. The frequency of mental health issues in our learning institution, such as the cases of love triangles among university students, the issue of femicide, and the mushrooming of juvenile gangs. This disturbing trend are a clear indicator that the mental health challenges facing our youth are not being adequately addressed, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, furthermore, I raise concern about the impact of mental health issues in the workplace, where cases of assault, gender-based violence, and employee absenteeism due to depression are on the rise. This not only affects the well-being of our workforce, but also a significant economic implication for our nation. Just to note, Honorable Speaker, I sit in the Parliamentary Service Commission on the Committee of Staff Welfare. Honorable Madam Speaker, we have several cases of mental disorder, be it anxiety, be it depression, and bipolar. And we are yet to have some solution on these cases, Honorable Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the existing legal and framework, such as the Mental Health Act of 1989 and the National Mental Policy of 2013, are outdated.
Honorable Mishimboko, you know you've proceeded to debate your motion before we even propose the question, then open it for debate. So if you can just wind down. We're just supposed to move it as is.
Yeah, when you are moving, what I understand, Honorable Madam Speaker, you move.
Hold on
I'm
one
okay.
second. What's your point of order, Honorable Chepkonga?
I'm okay.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. You know, Honorable Mishimboko is my very good friend. The way she's going about it, she's doing very well. But she's reading, you know, you just need to have a cursory look at your notes and then not read. Those are the standing orders, and I'm raising pursuant to Standing Order 83, Madam Speaker. She doesn't need to read everything. She just needs to have a cursory look. You know, this is a debating chamber. It is not a reading chamber. So she needs to just to make a cursory look at the points and then present the points.
You've made your point. Okay, proceed, Honorable Boko.
Coming. Madam Speaker, I understand the standing orders, and I know when you are moving a motion, it's not that I am debating this motion. I am moving. And when you are moving, you can read, you can look at your notes, you can do it without looking at your notes, so I don't have limitation on that. When if it was debating this chamber, then you are not supposed even to look to the notes. You are just supposed to debate.
Proceed.
Honorable Madam Speaker, morally we have a duty of care to our citizens, especially the vulnerable, to ensure that mental well-being is prioritized and safeguarded. Honorable Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the tragic cases I have highlighted are stark reminders that mental health is not just a personal issue, but a societal one that has far-reaching consequences, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, it is therefore mandatory upon the Honorable House to take decision action to address the mental health crisis in Kenya, the most including but not limited to the following. And I want to talk about some reforms which maybe if we can take them, it can assess us in ensuring that we fight this menace, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, number one, allocating adequate resources, because we have found this is a big challenge, but financial and human or mental health infrastructure and services, including the establishment of standard-alone mental health facility. This is what we don't have. For instance, in Mombasa, we have only the Portrees Center for mental disorders. It is very small, there's no capacity, the medical professionals are not even available, we don't even have drugs. And the same in other counties. I've also mentioned about Kilifi, what we have seen. Madam Speaker, number two, integrating mental health into primary health care to improve access and reduce the stigma associated with seeking mental health services. Honorable Madam Speaker, there is a lot of stigma. Even here in the Parliament, I know some of us might be suffering from mental disorder, but we cannot disclose it, we cannot maybe share, but we are just suffering from this disease. Honorable Madam Speaker, it is high time we have to do something on this. Number three, conducting robust research and data collection to understand better the scope and drivers of the mental health crisis, which will inform evidence-based policy making. Honorable Madam Speaker, we need to, in fact, like here in this Parliament, we need to have what we call well-being. And under well-being, we need to have a unit or a center to ensure that we tackle these cases of mental disorder. Most of our staff, and in regard to absenteeism, it is because of mental disorder. right now in the parliament, in the Parliamentary Service Commission, we have like 7 cases, and all of them are on depression issues, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, number 4, reviewing and updating the Mental Health Act and National Mental Health Policy to align them with the Constitution and international best practices, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, another one is launching public awareness campaigns to destigmatize mental health and encourage Kenyans to seek help without fear of discrimination or social ostracization. Honorable Speaker, number 6, establishing robust mental health support system in learning institutions, workplaces, and other key settings to proactively address emerging challenges. We have seen what has been happening in our learning institution, in our school, in our universities, the love triangles, and so many other cases which have just happened regarding, and this is because of mental disorder which has not been addressed adequately, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the time for action is now. We owe it to the people of Kenya to prioritize their mental well-being and create an environment where they can thrive free from the burden of untreated mental health condition. I implore this Honorable House to take the necessary steps to address this crisis and ensure a healthier, more prosperous future for our nation. With these many remarks, Madam Speaker, I beg to move and call upon Honorable Catherine Omanyo to second this motion. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Because she has done so.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And thank you, Honorable Mishi Mboko, for remembering this sensitive issue. I support heavily and deeply. I have looked into this and extensively realized that this issue should be declared a national crisis. It should actually be taken as an emergency in this nation, because if you look into what is happening at the moment, even in Kenya, you might easily ignore or not even know that actually somebody is suffering and needs help. Many times when we realize that somebody maybe uses drugs or maybe is depressed, people are so busy to even help. And you can easily hear terms like, this one has turned out to be a Madare case, meaning we dismiss easily and carry on with our other cause. Mental health is with us in every family. As we look into how Kenya is, one facility like Madare is over-admitting daily, suffocating with few staff even to handle the menace. As we keep looking and just losing family members or relatives, because most of them who give up end up even hanging themselves, committing suicide, because we do not understand. What Honorable Mishi has come up with should be inculcated even in our curriculum, so that every child grows understanding and knowing how to handle anything that comes up that indicates mental health problem. Some people end up taking anyone who is disturbing in their homes because of maybe drugs or trauma related actions. They take them to jail. A mental ill person is not supposed to be taken in jail, and they are not supposed to be beaten up. Mob justice. We have seen other people beating up a mentally ill person because of how they behave or carry themselves around their society. So we want the government to increase funding in this sector so that every county should have can have a standalone facility geared or solely built to handle mental illness or health issues related to mental illness. We need accessibility, because sometimes we victimize these people, and it becomes like an embarrassment even for any family to share that they have a child or a sister or a brother who is like that. We should stop victimizing, because sometimes it can be genetical. It's not really just drugs. And lack of jobs. You have seen how our GNZs have come up. It is not because of any lack of respect. It is not. Frustrations. Children have witnessed their parents sell property. Children have witnessed their parents deny themselves even having basic needs just to take them to school, taking all the shillings in the home. Anything that is called money is taken to take them to school. Then after school, they come back and sit and become a burden to their parents. Even when somebody wants to marry, they take their spouses to stay again with their parents because they cannot. Some of these things mount up into frustrations. And if frustrations keep mounting on top of frustrations, it becomes depression. And when somebody is depressed, they lose their normalcy. When they lose their normalcy, they become sometimes very poisonous. So we have to really take care of this thing, of this mental illness, by ourselves making sure that the money that we have said, in fact, yesterday when Honorable Ndindi Nyoro was talking about cutting what we were calling impulsively spending, if we cut that and make sure that facilities in the county levels, sub-county levels, have a section that deals with this particular matter, then it will be easier to handle, to prevent, than to cure. We can prevent, all of us, if we look into this. So I'm really supporting and really thanking Honorable Mishi for coming up with this, because we all are affected and we cannot run away from this. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Say, I second.
I second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that, aware that Article 43(1)(a) of the Constitution provides that every person has a right to the highest attainable standard of health, including the right to health care services, and further aware that the mental health is a key determinant of overall health and socioeconomic development, and also recognizing that the Constitution assigns to the national government the responsibility of matters of health policy, concerned that, according to the World Health Organization, mental health and neurological disorders are common and are about 10% of the global population, suffer from at least one mental health disorder at any given time. Concerned that the psychiatric units are only available in few facilities in the country, and patients requiring psychiatric services have limited or no access to these facilities, and acknowledging that access to healthcare facilities would lead to improved overall health, increased economic productivity, social equity, and improved quality of life. And now, therefore, this House urges the national government, through the Ministry of Health, to collaborate with county governments to develop a policy integrating mental health services in all healthcare facilities in the country. What's your point of order, Honorable Justice?
Yeah. Madam Speaker, I rise on Standing Order number 96. And without going into detail on what the Standing Order number 96 details, Madam Speaker, it simply says at any given time during a debate, a member may rise to move that that particular debate be adjourned until some other occasion. Madam Speaker, you had properly guided in the earlier on that standing order, motion number 9 should appear after motion number 11. And you had said that the office of the clerk and the chair of agriculture, together with the mover of the sugar bill, Madam Speaker, were not ready. I wish to mention that we've had consultations, and Madam Speaker, we are now ready to move to the committee of the whole in terms of the sugar bill. Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the debate be adjourned. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. And I think I do agree that if the committee of the whole is ready, you can make your contribution briefly, and then I will move to adjourn the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to support this bill by Honorable Mishimbogo. And I want to state that we have a mental health policy by the ministry, which is a 2017-2018 mental health policy. And when you look at the motion, she wants that the national government and the county government be able to, in consultation, to have mental health in all the health facilities. The mental health policy that is there provides for the formation of mental health board at the national and the county levels. So I think in this policy, what we need to be able to is to improve. What our urging is to improve on that, so that every health facility can have a mental health provision of mental health services. And I think that is an improvement, because one of the biggest challenges when it comes to mental health is issues about human resource. And I think we would be urging that the county governments be able to look at how best they can be able to incorporate, to have enough health personnel, human resource, so as to deal with the mental health issues. And this is, and from the figures which is given globally, 10% of the population at any given time suffer from mental health conditions. And therefore, I think this is a very important area. And when I was sitting with Ditmas, he was telling me we need to begin even from Busia. So the member is here and is seconding. So yes, we can begin from there. So I think every part of this country requires that service, and we should be able to look at how best we can be able to have this address, because we look at people committing suicide, we hear of people, even police officers shooting each other, and that kind of thing. It's something that should be able to be looked at, and we need to be able to look at it on how best we can improve. With those few remarks, I want to support.
Okay, I will now adjourn this debate on this motion, and we shall come to it at a later time. And now we move back to the next order.
Order number 10, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, we are in the Committee of the Whole House, and we'll be considering the following bills: the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2022, the Cotton Industry Development Bill, Senate Bill number 5 of 2023, and consideration of Senate Amendment to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2022. So we shall now proceed. Yes, we have a point of order by the Chair, Agriculture. You may proceed.
Honorable Chair, I rise on point of order number 133 to request that we rearrange the order of item number 10.2 and 10.3 so that we may start with 10.3, then go to 10.2. Honorable Chair, we have this particular bill will go to mediation, and therefore we know that we need time to allow the Senate to pick their mediation team and also the National Assembly to do the same. I request that we, and it is not it's not overlay encompassing, so I request that we deal with item number 10.3 first, after 10.1, then we go to 10.2 in that order. I submit.
The Chair is making a request that we reorganize, and that is agreeable. So, honorable members, we are going to start with the first one, which is the Pensions Amendment Bill. Then we will go to the third one, which is consideration of Senate Amendment Bill to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34, and finally, we will go to the Cotton Industry Development Bill, Senate Bill number 5 of 2023, so that is agreed. So let us proceed.
Clause 2.
I propose the question that Clause 2 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I put the question that Clause 2 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
New Clause 1A.
Mover?
Thank you.
Mover to move second reading of that clause.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and the Chair of this committee. I beg that Clause 1 be part of the bill, and the amendment is to give the Cabinet Secretary power.
Order, Chair. You'll move that clause be read a second time.
Thank you. Thank you for guidance. Chair, I beg that this bill be read for the second time. Clause 1, thank you. New clause, sorry. I'm guided.
Well,
thank you.
Well, for the record, read that, move that clause, new clause 1A.
Thank you.
Be read a second time.
Madam Chair.
And give the justification.
I beg that the new clause 1A be read for the second time. The amendment is to give the Cabinet Secretary power to make regulations to give effects to the provisions of Section 6 with regards to the prompt payment of pension. And Madam Speaker, this is justified that we've witnessed for quite some time retirees after departing from the workplace. They go through tribulations and challenges pursuing pensions for a long time. And this particular amendment is to give powers to Cabinet Secretary to make regulations to give effect that within 90 days after retirement, the pensioner should be able to receive his dues on time when he still has energies and when he still has to enjoy the service he has provided therefor. Thank you. I beg to move.
I propose the question that new clause 1A be now read a second time. Yes, I'll give you a chance. Mheshimiwa, please proceed.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I truly support this clause. There are many, many retirees who take up to 20 years without seeing their pensions. And therefore, it is immoral as a country. People waiting, having served our government for so many years, then instead of giving them their money to enter into retirement with, and at the time when people are retiring, Madam Speaker, they are susceptible to many chronic illnesses, and they have nothing in their pockets, and therefore the 90 days as proposed by the committee is welcomed. I hope we can all adopt it so that retirees don't wait forever, and I thank you.
Honorable Justice, the last one. Please give him the mic. Move to the mic near you on the left.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. I wish to support that amendment, Madam Chair. Most public servants are heavily inconvenienced after retirement when they have to wait for a long, long time to get their pension. Most of us as members of parliament, we are asked to provide interventions by teachers and other public servants who end up missing their pension for as many as 10, 15 years, Madam Chair, and they may not realize the purpose for which they are given their pension. Madam Speaker, I support. Thank you.
Thank you. I now put the question that new clause 1A be read a second time. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now propose the question that new clause 1A be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, I now put the Honorable Didmas Barasa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There is an amendment which we didn't see, and it is very important. And I will request that we recommit so that we carry along that amendment.
The Honorable Mutunga. The Honorable Chair. The Honorable Chairman, Agriculture.
What do we close the numbers? The numbers are too small for us to read. This one can
Yeah, we can't recommit. We can't recommit.
The numbers are too small.
So what do we? So we just.
Honorable
report will be moved.
Yes, sir. Please give the mic to the Chair, Agriculture.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, Clause 2 brings in the spirit of seeking to set timelines, which are very important, of 30 days, at which we believe 30 days is good enough for the transmission of the retirees to make sure that the documentation of the filing is properly done. Honorable Chair, the ministry or the departmental issues need to be given sufficient time because we know that they do so in consultation, and therefore they will need some good times to work on this. However, Honorable Chair, we need to have retirees taken care of or their issues handled as it were. We need to have them their issues dealt with. In most cases, Honorable Chair, we have a problem with that retirees following their pensions for a very long time and not getting it. Therefore, to require the pension department to process the pension within 60 days is good enough for us, so that we have at least a specific time limitation. And therefore, the backlog will also have been done so that they can be able to streamline their working relationships and their processes, so that they can deliver to the retirees. On our chair, we have many retirees coming to Nairobi and even requesting us as members of parliament to support them in getting their pension, and it has been an issue. So timeline is important, and I think the committee's amendment is in good faith, and is giving us the necessary flexibility that we are in building. I thank you, Madam Chair.
I see several. I would like to give a chance to another person. Please hit the intervention button. Honorable Ekomas Mutuse, would you like to make a comment to this?
Madam Speaker, I'm queued in for the next order in the business of the House today.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the new clause 1A be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I would like to get a comment from the Chair, Agriculture, Chair Finance, or the representative concerning the matter that has been raised by the Honorable Barasa?
Thank you so much.
To be dropped.
As well guided Chair, and since Clause 1 seeks to give more powers to the Cabinet Secretary to make proper regulations to give effect to processing of pension within 90 days, I'm well guided that the 30 days that Clause 2 is seeking to work on has already been captured in the same, and the Cabinet Secretary, therefore, will have powers to make managerial regulations to be able to give effect to that. Thank you.
So I would like you to go on record so that we do not have to revisit that clause. So do you agree that it has been dropped?
Yes, Madam Speaker, I agree to that effect. Thank you.
Title.
I propose the question that the title be the title of the bill. I now put the question that the title be the title of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. So, honorable members, we are done with the first. And as agreed when we began, we will now go to the third. Before we go there, I would like to call the mover to move reporting. Mover.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I beg to move that the committee to report to the House its consideration on the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2022, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Now, honorable members, I put the question that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2022, and its approval thereof with amendments. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, we move to the next one, and it will be the third one, which is consideration of Senate amendment to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2022.
Senate amendment to clause 6.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that the Senate amendment bill to clause 6 be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, we consider the Senate amendment, the proposed Senate amendment to clause 6, and rejecting this amendment, Honorable Chair. The reason being that the proposal, Honorable Chair, was to add another member, an additional member appointed by the Council of Governors. And Honorable Chair, the presumption here is that the board will already be formed and the Council of Governors will assess the gender equity. And that is not a possibility. The board is formed at the same time. So we realized this one it was not possible to do that. On the second subclause 2, we also therefore did not consider the additional subclauses, and therefore the part B also falls. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable members, I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 6 be now. Honorable members, I now propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 6 be now approved. Yes?
Chair, taking...
Honorable Owino.
Okello.
I'm sorry about that. Honorable Okello.
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you very much. Taking a tangent from what my chair has already alluded to, Honorable Speaker, in the composition of this board, all the factors under Article 27 of the Constitution shall have been attained. And if we are going to cherry pick and engage in splitting hairs on this matter, then there will be an inordinate delay in composition of a board, which will, in effect, disenfranchise the operations of the entire board. Any delay in coming up with this board, Honorable Speaker, which is long overdue, which can as well be orchestrated by these kinds of proposals as advanced by the Senate, is unwelcomed at this point, and therefore I align myself with the rejection of the Senate amendment, Honorable Chair, and I thank you.
Well, Justice. Honorable Justice.
Yeah, Madam Chair, I wish also to support the views of the chairman of the Agriculture Committee. In the composition of the board, Chair, as per the bill, all constitutional requirements have been met, and therefore giving an opportunity to another body again to add to the composition of the board, Madam Chair, in my view, is unnecessary, and therefore we reject the Senate amendment. Thank you, Madam Chair.
So, honorable members, I now put the question. Honorable members, order. Honorable members, I now put the question that Senate amendment to clause 6 be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Senate amendment to clause 17.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 17 be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, we consider this proposal by Senate, and we have no problem with the addition of that title, Part 3, licenses and registration, because it flows with the legislation. So, Honorable Chair, we approve that proposal.
Okay, thank you, Chair. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 17 be now approved. Honorable Wangwe?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Chairperson, I support the committee. We all agree that grammar is not our mother tongue, and any improvement to it by the Senate is welcome. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Justice Kimei, member for Sigowet.
Madam Chair, I agree with the amendment from the Senate, and Madam Chair, where value is added to a bill, so that when we're enacting it to be an act, is provided by the other house, Madam Chair, and it makes sense, we're duty bound to accept. And therefore, Madam Chair, I accept the amendment. Thank you.
Thank you. I now put the question, which is that the Senate amendment to clause 17 be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Senate amendment to clause 19.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 19 be now approved, Chair.
Honorable Chair, the committee considered the Senate amendment clause 19. Honorable Chair, this amendment alludes to the zoning and the operations after the zoning. Honorable Chair, we have decided to take the zoning issue and the definition of the zones to mediation. So, Honorable Chair, we rejected this particular amendment.
Honorable Ditmas Barasa, I'll come to you, Jared.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I rise to oppose this amendment. When a farmer decides to plant sugarcane, that farmer is no different from the one who plants maize. Is not different from the one who plants tea. And at the point of selling that cane crop, the farmer should sell the cane crop to the person who has arrived and they want to buy them. You cannot tie a farmer to a factory. If the factory becomes moribund because of poor management, the same suffering should not be transferred to the farmer. The reason why farmers plant cane is they feel that at the point that the cane has matured, they should be able to sell it, convert it into money, into cash, and sort their businesses. Madam Chairperson, we are in a free market economy. You sell your crop to the person who has arrived. As long as the money that you are being paid is competitive, is within the market, these issues of tying farmers to a particular factory, Madam Chairperson, it is punitive. It is not in the modern times. Farmers should be allowed to sell their cane crops to whoever has arrived with money to buy them. The issues of saying that a factory may have given a particular farmer some incentives, that is like a debt. They can have their own arrangements on how they're going to pay each other. But I rise to vehemently, profusely oppose these amendments of tying cane farmers to a particular factory.
Chair, before we proceed with the debate, I see that the Chair, you are accepting part of the amendment and you are rejecting another part of this amendment. So I would like you to clarify so that we make a decision on how to put the question. Chairman?
Chair, I refer members to clause
19.
Clause 19. Chair, the clause 19 goes like this, because we debated clause 19. Chair, the proposal by Senate was to Part 1, Honorable Chair, the proposal is that the section, part 1, which is additional, does not apply to imported sugar, to imported industrial sugar. Honorable Chair, we have to import industrial sugar. It is refined, and therefore it is necessary for us to allow that importation. Then, when it comes to selling by the we did reject the proposal by the Senate that this money be domiciled at the county level. Honorable Chair, the proposal by the National Assembly is that this money is managed by the Kenya Rural Roads Authority. This is one of the issues that is going to go to mediation. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, honorable members. This is straightforward. So I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 38(6)B be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Now we go to the second one. I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 38(6)D be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. And the nays have it. Chair, I would like you to speak to the new clause 38(1)A. Proceed.
Honorable Chair, on our clause, the new clause 38A brought about by the Senate was rejected by the committee. Honorable Chair, the reason is that when you look at the proposal to levy the imported sugar alone, the idea is that the COMESA countries always complain that we are discriminating. And therefore, Honorable Chair, the committee decided that we do not pass this particular clause. It's one of the clauses that we shall also mediate.
I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 38(1)A be now approved. Yes?
Chair,
it's a sub-clause within the same clause.
There is? Yeah. Honorable Chair, the rejection by the committee stems from the fact that we do not want to give importers of sugar a more leverage of our own, and therefore the rule must apply universally. So we reject this Senate's amendment as advanced by them, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much. I now propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 38(1)A be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Senate amendment to clause 43.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 43 be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, clause 43 is about reporting, and the spirit of the National Assembly on the bill that was presented to Senate did indicate that this report be brought to the National Assembly, and the Senate proposes that we should also be taken to the Senate, and we have no problem with that.
Thank you. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 23 be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Senate amendment to clause 60.
I propose the question that the
Senate amendment to clause 59.
Okay. I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 59 be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, the Senate amendment clause 59, which basically presupposes that we delete the entire clause, was rejected by the committee because the committee believes clause 59 is important in terms of representative of the growers in the private milling company.
I'd like some more voices on this. Yes, the Honorable Justice.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Growers in this country have a huge stake in the sugar industry matters. And therefore, Madam Chair, if we were to omit representation by the growers, we would be doing a lot of injustice to our cane farmers in the country. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Honorable Makali.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. Growers are actually the goose that lays the golden eggs that provides the raw material for the running of these particular factories. And their voices need to be heard. If we delete that particular clause, it means the growers will not be represented. That will be disenfranchising a critical sector of the sugar industry. So, Madam Chair, I think I support the rejection of that amendment.
Thank you, Honorable Didmas Barasa, member for Kimilili.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I am wondering what was in the mind of the Senate to recommend deletion of this clause. Whom were they speaking for? We are elected to speak on behalf of farmers. We cannot be the people who are suffocating their voices. I also join the fellow members of Parliament to reject this proposal to delete this particular section. It is very important, Madam Chair. So I support the committee's position to reject this Senate amendment.
Thank you, Honorable Ndwiga. The last one. Patrick.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I come from a tea growing and a coffee growing zone. The backbone of the management of coffee factories and tea factories is representation from farmers. So the minute you remove growers or the farmers from management of the societies and the factories, then you are leaving it to be managed by cartels without the voice of the growers. So, Chair, I also join other members to reject this amendment that we retain representation from growers.
Thank you. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 59 be now approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Senate amendments to clause 60.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 60 be now approved. Chair?
Honourable Chair, we noted that there was actually an omission in the bill presented to Senate on this particular clause, which has to do with the procedure for election of farmers and millers, representatives to the board, and the pricing committee, and therefore we approved the insertion of that particular clause, sub-clause in this bill.
Thank you. The Honorable Wangwe.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I also join the Committee on Agriculture, Honourable Speaker, Honourable Chairperson, to support that what the Senate has done, it has helped us in the cleaning up of what was omitted. Looking at the issues to do with cane production, Honourable Chairperson, the sweetest part is in production, but the juicy side is on the earnings, Honourable Speaker, Honourable Chairperson. So, if the Committee on Pricing can be well taken care of, then it means our farmers are going to get value for their money, and they should be well coordinated in terms of who is going to sit in that committee. Therefore, Honourable Chairperson, I support this amendment.
Thank you. I now propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 60 be now approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Senate amendment, new clause 19A.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to new clause 19A be now approved. Chair?
Honourable Chair, the committee rejected the entire clause 19A because it alludes to exemption from cane supply restrictions, and this has to do with the zoning, which is a contentious issue in this particular bill. And Honourable Chair, we refund the zoning issues and the management of the zoning, which is going to be there to the mediation committee. So this is also rejected.
Being a rejection, we'd like to hear more voices. The Honourable Shakil Shabir.
Yes, thank you. Madam, I wish to strongly oppose the Senate proposal. Clause 19A is essential. The fact is that sugarcane growers have been treated like slaves. They are told where to go, where not to sell their thing. And if there is, they should be allowed to deliver cane anywhere in the zone, provided that they have the pre-existing agreement with the miller. and I don't think is not provided to A, B, and C. So I strongly support clause
Thank you.
19A. Thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Justice Keme.
Madam Chair, in the spirit of bicameralism, we should accept what makes sense when it comes from the Senate. But here, Madam Chair, how can we stifle our farmers? How can we restrict our farmers to supplying cane to a particular mill in a particular zone? We need to give our farmers freedom to be able to sell their cane anywhere in this country so long as it makes economic sense. And Madam Chair, we cannot, on the issue of agreements, there are laws in this country that govern agreements. We cannot legislate on laws which have already been done. And in the event, Madam Chair, that there was need to make any changes concerning this particular area, then the Cabinet Secretary may provide regulations to that effect. It cannot be in a substantive law. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Meli, the last one, honorable members.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to echo what Honorable Kemei just said. As a farmer, as a representative of farmers, it is legal, it is logical for one to tell a farmer to supply cane to a particular miller, yet he has not even participated in farming activities himself. The farmer looked for fertilizer, started the process, and everything. What the miller should do, and I think this we must be very progressive. Like tea, like coffee, like any other crop, this is the only crop where the miller wants to force the farmer to take his crop to his place. So, Madam Chair, I really want to say that this amendment from the Senate is actually not right. And we should allow the farmers to take the crop wherever they want to go.
Thank you. Honorable members, in the interest of time, I now put the question that the Senate amendment to new clause 19A be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The nays have it.
Senate amendment, new clause 19B.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to new clause 19B be now approved. Chair, you realize that these are several amendments, so please guide the House.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Indeed, it has 3 amendments. Clause 19 has got subclause A, subclause B, and subclause C. The committee considered the 3 subclauses in view of the inter-miller agreement, Honorable Chair. The first one, where the millers, where we can have such an agreement, when the miller's factory is temporarily broken down, the committee approved. Where there is an oversupply of cane to the miller, the committee agreed on the inter-miller agreement. But when it comes to mill, where the mill must be located within the sugarcane zone, the committee rejected because we have an issue with the zoning, and it's part of what is going to be discussed in the mediation.
Honorable members, I would like to put the question because this is straightforward. Honorable members, I now put the question that the Senate amendment to the new clause 19B, A, paragraph A, and paragraph B be now approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I'll now move to the second one. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to the new clause 19B, paragraph C, be now approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Senate amendment, new schedule.
Honorable members, I propose the question that the Senate amendment to new schedule be now approved. Chair?
Honorable Chair, the committee considered the Senate proposal for the new schedule, and it does not capture the entire content of the proposal by the National Assembly, and we had good reasons for that. So, Honorable Chair, this is one of the issues, again, that will be discussed in the mediation, and therefore the committee rejected this proposal.
Honorable Justice, would you like to to add to the voice of the chair? Honorable Didmas?
Yeah, Madam Chair.
Okay, we start with the Honorable Justice.
Madam Chair, this is part of what we rejected coming from the Senate. But Madam Chair, we are saying as the National Assembly, let it go to the mediation. Let's go and listen to them. If it doesn't make sense on our part, but whatever they have in mind, Madam Chair, let them tell us. That's why we say we reject. Let's go to mediation. Thank you, Madam Chair.
The Honorable Didmas? Yes. The Honorable Didmas.
Madam Chair, at times I wonder, we are overprotecting these millers. The people that we should protect are farmers. The millers should protect themselves by offering competitive prices, paying on time, and using proper weigh scales, Madam Speaker. A farmer who decides to plant maize should sell the cane anywhere, even if in Uganda, as long as they are paid money to sort out their bills. The sentimental values that we attach to these factories is making our farmers more poorer. Our efforts and focus should be on how we are going to protect the farmers, to be paid on time, to be paid good prices. Anything else, Madam Chair, is neither here nor there. Those factories that are not going to be competitive, they can close down.
Melly, the last one.
I think, Madam Chair, what my colleague, member for Honorable Didmas Barasa said is quite true. This bill at times looks at the miller as the main person. The core person in sugar production is the farmer. When you see a bill trying to protect millers, then we have gone wrong in this country. We have gone wrong. We have actually missed the target. The person to be protected is the farmer. If the miller is not competitive, let him perish. And if they are not, if they want to have economies of scale, then let them have large ones. In this particular case, we did actually say, as we do not want the word zoning in this bill. How did it come back again? Yet we, the farmers, we, the members of the former Agriculture Committee last Parliament, we said no word like zoning should exist in this bill. How did it come back, Madam Speaker? And I think we need to make the farmer the best, the key.
No, the Honorable Jared Okello.
Madam Chair, the elephant in the room is this idea of zoning. If you look at what we have dealt with prior to this, we rejected any element of zoning because we do not want our farmers to be boxed into a corner and therefore have absolute control in the hands of an individual called a miller. Honorable Speaker, in the liberalized market, people are allowed to sell as and when they deem necessary. And therefore, using some tactics to bring about zoning at the tail end of this process cannot be welcomed at this point.
Thank you. The Honorable Nguna.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I'm lucky I was part of the Committee of Implementation when we visited, actually physically, this issue in sugar belt zones. We went to Mumias, we went to Chemilili and Muoroni. We were there, and even Mumias. And farmers in totality rejected this thing of zoning, Madam Chair. I want to support what Honorable Melly, Honorable Jared, and Didmas Barasa put across. Let us reject this in totality. There's no need of even mediation.
Thank you,
Chair.
CMN. You made your point. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to the new schedule be now approved. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Senate amendment to clause 2.
I propose the question that the Senate amendment to clause 2 be now approved. Chairman?
Honour Chair, the Senate amendment clause 2 brings in the definition of sugarcane zone, which is the issue we've been discussing. So, Honour Chair, we rejected that definition as well.
I'll put the question. It's a straightforward matter. I now put the question that the Senate, Honorable Wangwe.
Honorable Chairperson, whereas it is straight, it's important that I be on Hansard, that the cancer in the sugar industry is the use of the word zoning. The moment you mention the word zone, it actually behaves more or less like the cancer in a human being. Therefore, I want us to make sure that the issue called zoning is not there, but let's have discipline in the sector, Honorable Chairperson. Let's invite order in the industry, Chairperson, so that at least we have something good for our people. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Honorable Shakil Shabil.
I want to take this point and put this on handset. There has been cases in Kisumu where the miller refuses to take cane from a particular person because they say they support Shakil or they support Meli. Madam Chair, I want to put on record today that there are certain millers who have tried to impose on members of parliament. There are 3 members of parliament. These millers said that they would spend 10 million shillings each to get rid of us. Bad luck for them because all 3 of us are here. My brother, Mheshimiwa Meli, Koyo, and myself. What I'm trying to say, we have to get away from these people who are running us like slaves and running our people like slaves. How can you, madam, tell a farmer who has grown everything for you that he is not going to take your cane only because he supports Meli or he supports Shakil?
Thank you
very much.
Thank you, Honorable Shakil. It's clear. I now put the question that the Senate amendment to clause 2 be now approved. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The nays have it. Honorable members, thank you very much. We have concluded consideration of the Senate amendment bill. The Senate amendment to the sugar bill, and I'll now call upon the mover to move reporting. Mover? Honorable Wangwe?
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Senate amendments to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 54 of 2022, and its approval thereof with amendments.
Thank you. Honorable members, I put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Senate amendment to the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 54 of 2022, and its approval with amendments. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as have a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable members, as we agreed earlier, we are now moving to the Cotton Industry Development Bill, Senate Amendment Bill, Senate Bill number 5 of 2023.
Clause 3.
I propose the question that Clause 3 be part of the bill, Chair.
Honorable Chair, we considered Clause 3 of the Senate bill. Just a moment, Honorable Chair.
You may approach the table, Chairman. Honorable members, I would like you to look at the other amendments ahead so that we can move faster than we did with the earlier bill. So, Chair, are you ready? Okay, proceed.
Honorable Chair, we looked at the Clause 3 of the bill, and Clause 3 basically talks about substituting. I mean, we were to substitute. We were to delete paragraph A and substitute with another paragraph, which basically looks at promoting the globally competitive cotton industry through regulation and collaboration with the county governments. Honorable Chair, the one regulation was not the regulation function was not explicitly mentioned, and therefore we are to incorporate this particular function because the Cotton Board is supposed to be a regulatory agency besides promotion and marketing, and promotion of production and marketing. Now,
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 3 be part of the bill. Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 3 be amended as proposed by the chair. I don't see any interest in this, so I put the question that clause 3 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I propose the question that clause 3 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 4, 5, and 6.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 4, 5, and 6 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I put the question that clause 4, 5, and 6 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 7.
Clause 7. I propose the question that clause 7 be part of the bill. Mover? Chairman?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, the committee considered clause 7 and proposes insertion of two subclauses. Subclause 1, A1, we need to delete the paragraph C and substitute therefore with the following new paragraph, that the Principal Secretary is responsible for matters relating to industrialization. And the reason is that Cotton Industry Chair is under the State Department for Industrialization. It is therefore important that the PS Industrialization is a member of the board. On the other hand, Honorable Chair, Part 2, we also propose that there should be an insertion of a new paragraph immediately after paragraph C, which is CA, whereby we bring in the Principal Secretary responsible for National Treasury. We realize that National Treasury was not included, and therefore the State Corporations Act provides for inclusion of the Principal Secretary of the National Treasury so that we have that linkage with the class handler.
Thank you, Chairman. Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Mary Emase. Okay.
Honorable Chair, I support the amendment and especially the new addition on that relates to Article 27(8) of the Constitution, that not more than 2/3 of either elective or appointive positions should be from the same gender. So this is a good addition, and therefore I support. But I also had a concern about the other amendment to introduce the PS for industrialization and remove the one for trade. But I have agreed with the chair that there's more of value addition, and that relates more to industrialization than trade. Therefore, I support.
Thank you, Honorable Emase. The Honorable Nabwera Nabi, member for Lugari. The Honorable Didmas Barasa.
Madam Chair, while I'm supporting this clause that allows the Principal Secretary to make appointments, we should not just be making appointments to these particular boards. You should look at what are the enabling sectors. So those enabling sectors, the sectors that will add value, are the ones that should second the people to this particular board so that they can improve the sector. We are where we are as a cotton industry because of just seconding people to sit on the board. People are not adding any value. So we should first identify and put a rider. You identify what are the enabling sectors. Those sectors are the ones that will second the people so that they can support the cotton sector to proceed forward. Otherwise, Madam, I support.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question that clause 7 be amended. Chair, do you want to say something before you put the question? Yes, go ahead, Chair.
Chair, I give the justification, but there is an issue on gender that the co-sponsor of the bill has brought in. Chair, we introduced a subsection 4, subclause 4, which reads, in making appointments of members of the board, the appointing authority shall observe the gender balance. This basically takes care of the gender issue.
Yes. Thank you. And I put the question that clause 7 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 7 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many? I now put the question that clause 7 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Honorable members, for the purpose of the Hansard, please record your vote.
Clauses 8, 9, and 10.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 8, clause 8, 9, and 10 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 8, 9, and 10 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 11.
I propose the question that clause 11 be part of the bill, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, we looked at clause 11 and we proposed several amendments. Honorable Chair, the first amendment is to delete paragraph A of clause 11, 11(1)A, clause 11, subclause 1, paragraph A. We deleted that paragraph and is substituted with another paragraph A, which reads, regulate and promote the development of the cotton industry. And the reason for this particular amendment, Honorable Chair, is to ensure that all the industry players are properly regulated. We also propose the deletion of paragraph E and is substituted, therefore, with the following paragraph, which reads to regulate and promote import and export of cotton products and byproducts. And the reason here, Honorable Chair, is to cater for regulation and promotion of cotton products and byproducts that may come into this country. Honorable Chair, we also propose deletion of paragraph G and propose a new paragraph G, which reads in consultation with the Kenya Bureau of Standards and other relevant institutions, formulate standards and code of practice acceptable in international markets, and to ensure the competitiveness and reliability of the country as a producer of cotton. The reason for this particular amendment, Honorable Chair, is that as written in the bill, it does not seem to make sense, and therefore we brought in this particular amendment to improve on the presentation of that particular subclause. We also proposed deletion of paragraph N, and then we also proposed deletion of paragraph O, and substituted that particular paragraph with the following: to establish linkages with the government agencies and research institutions to enhance quality assurance and research and facilitate flow of research findings to the interested parties.
Thank you very much, Chair. I would like you to guide that you summarize the amendments, because it's just as per the order paper, and members have the order paper.
Okay, Chair. So, Chair, I do propose that the committee adopts our committee, the Agriculture and Livestock Committee's recommendations that the amendments that we've brought forward be approved as per the order paper.
I propose the question that clause 11 be amended as proposed by the chair. Any interest? Honorable Emasi.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to support the amendment because the previous one was a bit shallow when you look at A, because it was only limiting the regulation and promotion to growing and spinning. But this one brings on board value addition and marketers, so it's broader and encompasses all aspects. Then the other one also, that is B, is better because it includes all cotton products as opposed to the previous one, which was referring to only the aspect of lint and the seed. But this one speaks about all the byproducts, promoting and the marketing of all the byproducts. And then finally, the third one also still enriches this bill because it brings in the aspect of linkages, quality assurance, as opposed to the previous one that was only talking about pricing, improving the prices of cotton through research. But this one says through research, we are also able to improve quality. Through research, we are also able to build the networks and partner with other relevant partners to boost. Thank you.
Thank you. I now put the question. Honorable Shakil Shabil.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I'd wanted to make a comment in Clause 7, but that is now covered in Clause 11. Madam Chair, I have attended a number of WTO meetings. And in the WTO meetings, there's a very, very strong department, very strong approach from India and other cotton-growing countries. And the one that from Kenya is very, very weak at all. So I am now very pleased with the amendments here to regulate and promote the import and export of cotton products, and in consultation with the G. So I want to emphasize the importance of international market development. I would have loved to have the Principal Secretary of Trade join the Principal Secretary of Industrialization, but that amendment is gone. But I do. Thank you.
Honorable members, I now put the question that Clause 11 be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that Clause 11 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 12 and 13.
I propose the question that Clause 12 and 13 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that Clause 12 and 13 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 14.
I propose the question that Clause 14 be part of the bill. Mover? Chairman?
Chair, we consider this particular clause and thought of deleting the one fees and allowances because remuneration covers both. So we basically did some grammatical correction.
Honorable members, I propose the question that Clause 14 be amended as proposed by the Chair. I now put the question that Clause 14 as amended be amended as proposed by the Chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that Clause 14 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 15.
I propose the question that Clause 15 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Honorable Chair, we improved on the qualifications of the Chief Executive Officer of the board and the ANDENT that should have a master's degree and not just a degree. That is we therefore adjusted by deleting the one degree and have substituted therefore the new one master's degree.
Thank you. Honorable Chair.
Chair, I want to oppose this particular amendment. Chair, cotton industry, I would have imagined the chair would say that this CEO should have experience in the cotton industry, not a master's degree. For this reason, Madam Chair. that this industry that has been facing many challenges, but it's one of the areas where most of the guys who have experience in this area have got experience in terms of learning and doing. And so, too much ado, in my opinion, about masters that will not add value to this sector. Madam Chair, I would plead with the chairperson that this issue of master's degree, we have so many people in this country who have experience, can do a good job, but there are people who just move. Today, he gets a bachelor's degree, tomorrow has a master's degree. So then you're going to leave this guy who's been in that sector for the last 15, 20 years, has built experience, has capacity. I mean, I was in Moi University, and I saw how they have this course on textile. Number two, Madam Chair, they have river techs working there. And there are so many people who are working there, have so much experience, but have no master's degree, but they could manage this sector. So I would really leave those ones out and pick a person who probably has a master's degree, but not in this area, just because of a master's degree, Madam Speaker. I would leave with the chair that let's leave out this master's degree and leave a bachelor's for this situation.
Honorable Ekomas Mutuse.
Thank you, Chair. I know the amendment proposed by the Agriculture Committee is well-intentioned. However, I share the feelings by the member for Ugunja that the CEO position is a managerial position and not an for Ugenya is a managerial.
The Honorable Ocheng is the member for Ugenya.
And I have already
not for Ugunja.
I have made that correction. That the position of CEO is a managerial position, is not an academic position. Comparatively also, if you look at qualifications of CEOs of other parastatals in Kenya, many of the laws constituting those parastatals do not provide for a compulsory master's degree. Even cabinet secretaries, by dint of qualifications under the Constitution, are required to have a single degree. Principal secretary is the same. I would have loved if the committee proposed that a master's degree will be an added advantage and placed more weight on experience. People who are going to do and who are going to make the sector work. So with tremendous respect, we would need more justification lest we oppose the amendment.
Chairman, yes, I would like you to have the last voice on this and then we put the question.
Honourable Chair, I would like to refer the members, the honourable members to the bill. The provisions for the qualified first person for this particular position is given as a Kenyan citizen, holds a degree from the university recognized by Kenya, has at least 10 years experience in senior managerial position. Honourable Chair, the Honourable Shakir talked about the international training system and the negotiations that go by. In some cases, Honourable Chair, we need somebody who has analytical skills to represent such an industry. And that was the thinking behind this particular provision by the committee.
Thank you. I am going to put this to a vote. Honourable members, I put the question that clause 15 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.
Clause 16.
Honourable members, I propose the question that clause 16 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I put the question that clause 16 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 17.
I propose the question that clause 17 be part of the bill. Mover, Chairman.
Honourable Chair, clause 17, we made a small correction, a grammatical correction, where we inserted the word of behind the word, or just after the word contradiction. Just a grammatical correction.
Honourable members, that is straightforward. I put the question that clause 17 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 17 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22.
Honourable members, I propose the question that clause 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22 be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 23.
I propose the question that clause 23 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Honourable Chair, we did propose deletion of several clauses, sub-clauses, and substituting them with one sub-clause, which is to promote the organization of cotton farmers cooperatives, associations, and link them with the credit finance support, credit and financing support. Honourable Chair, the reason is that most of the functions, like B and C, are functions of the board. Paragraph D has been merged with paragraph E, and therefore we did that deletion, and the amendment in paragraph E is because the role of the county government is to link farmers with financing agencies or with financials.
I propose the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honorable Mary Emase.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to thank the committee for this amendment. These amendments basically are bringing clarity on how the farmers are going to be supported, the formation of the cooperatives, and above all, brings about specificity in terms of the intent. Because the previous one was too wordy. They have summarized, they are very specific, and the intention is very clear. So I support.
Honorable Member for Gishugo. Honorable Gichimu Githinji, Member for Gishugo.
Thank you, Chair. I support the amendment because the way to support farming currently is through cooperatives because of the economies of scale. It's very difficult to have farmers being supported individually. So cooperatives is the way to go in support of any kind of farming in this Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you, honorable members. This is straightforward, so I'm going to put the question that clause 23 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 23 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 24.
I propose the question that clause 24 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Honourable Chair, we did propose amendment to clause 24 as it were, and these amendments are basically just as in clause 23. They are aimed at creating clarity to the legislation itself, and therefore we did touch on the various sub-clauses as appearing on the paper.
Thank you, honourable members. Being straightforward, I propose the question that clause 24 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 24 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 24 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 25.
I propose the question that clause 25 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Honourable Chair, we spent some time on clause 25 as well, basically to create more clarity, to correct some grammatical errors, and also to correct the cross-referencing that were done, that particular clause. Chair, to enhance the bill as it was. So we did a few corrections as appearing on the paper.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 25 be amended as proposed by the chair. Honourable members, this being a matter of clarity, I now put the question that clause 25 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 25 as amended be part of the bill? Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 26.
I propose the question that clause 26 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Honorable Chair, we also spent some time on clause 26 to basically separate the functions of the board vis-a-vis those of the county executive committee and also correct some typographical errors.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 26 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 26 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 26 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 28. Clause 27.
I propose the question that clause 27 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Clause 27, Honorable Chair, erroneously makes references to the county legislation, and we know that the licensing is a function of the board, so we did correct that particular anomaly.
Thank you, Chairman. I propose the question that clause 27 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 27 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 28.
I propose the question that clause 28 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Chair, in the same spirit, clause 28 does mix up the functions, and therefore we did separate the functions of the board and also correct the cross-referencing in order to make the legislative proposal flow better.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 28 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion? Before I put the question, Honorable Cheng.
Chair, I've just been looking at the letters amendment 26, 27, and 28.
Honorable Ocheng, please be upstanding. Be upstanding.
Oh, sorry. On 28, and I was just wondering whether Chair, as he goes on, would have found at least some place for the counties. Even as you remove the role of the counties in licensing, I think probably would have gotten a place for the counties, because in the formation of the board, there's only one person that represents all the 47 counties. Yet we've said that they're going to be in charge of implementing. In fact, if you asked me, almost 80% of this bill will be implemented by the counties. So if you are licensing and all these things are being done and there's no role, because just substituting the board and the counties for me doesn't make sense. We should have found a role for the counties in all this. Even if they're not licensing, should have been a role for them in for example, enforcement, to ensure that this that is being done by the board does not lose ground because there are going to be tough wars coming up between the board and the counties if there's no role for the counties in this regard.
Honorable Barasa.
Madam Chair, I want to oppose that statement by Honorable Cheng. Matters licensing must be clear and precise. The moment you are putting two entities participating in licenses, you will have an individual oscillating between the county government and some other entity. So licensing must be put under one person for the purposes of smoothness application of that particular license. If you know it's county, you go somewhere, you are sorted. The issues of trying to get two entities to sit together, that is going to complicate the whole process, and therefore I would support the amendments the way it is, but not to go the direction of Honorable David Ocheng.
Honorable Ekomas Mutuse.
Madam Chair, I support the amendment and oppose Honorable Ocheng's sentiments because we have to reduce bureaucracy to make it easy for people to invest and also to farm in this country. The moment you create many centers of power within the regulation and farming of cotton industry, that will be the first step towards killing the industry. And therefore, there needs to be only one place where you go and you obtain your licenses without being sent to so many other offices. The board should be the one-stop shop for licensing, and therefore, the committee amendment is justified in my view.
I give the last opportunity to the co-sponsor, the Honorable Mary Emase. Then we put it to a vote.
Thank you, Chair. We need certainty and uniformity in this process of licensing. So if we allow too many bodies and we give them powers to be able to offer this service, then it's going to cause a lot of problems. So I support the amendment by the committee.
Thank you. I now put the question that clause 28 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 28 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 29.
I propose the question that clause 29 be part of the bill. Chairman. Honorable Mutunga.
Chair, we also looked at clause 29. There were quite a number of misreferencing. So we did correct the cross-referencing and also did align the responsibilities of the board. Honorable Chair, if I may be given an opportunity to comment to Honorable Chieng's, to satisfy Honorable Chieng. If you look at the composition of the board, Honorable Chair, we have 6 persons representing cotton farmers, 1 from each region specified in the second schedule, nominated by the farmers' cooperative societies with the largest membership in their respective areas. That means we have more of county-specific representatives in the board than probably all the others. Honorable Chair, in clause 30, we did, clause 29, we did proper cross-referencing and also aligned the responsibilities of the board for licensing.
Thank you. I now propose the question that clause 29 be amended as proposed by the chair. And honorable members, if you want to speak to this, please go to the intervention button. The Honorable Phyllis Barto, member for Moiben. If no intention, just say no intention.
Madam Chair, no intention.
Okay, the Honorable Wilberforce Oundo. Please give him the next mic.
Chair, as much as the amendments on clause 29 is timely and appropriate, I'm just worried that the time given for compliance is an open-ended check. Therefore means the licensee might just play a ping-pong game while undertaking operations without complying. I would really suggest that there must be a specific timeline, and that discretion is not given to the board to determine when to comply and not to comply.
Thank you. The Honorable Patrick Ntwega.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I was just telling Honorable Shelley, who was sitting next to me, that if we members of parliament from certain regions were not very serious in this house, people will kick us out. When the sugar bill was here, the people from the sugar industry were very active. I come from a place that grows cotton. So when I come here and sit down and warm the chair for 2 hours, it might not end up very well with me. Chair, on representation, I go with the chair that, well, they have done well in representing the county government, the whole of this thing. But as Honorable Odo is saying, where we leave the board to determine for how long they extend the license, I think we're giving them a lot of leeway. The length or the duration of the license should be specific, but we have now opened it such that the board can decide whether to extend or not extend, and how long they extend, we have left it to them. I don't think that is very okay, Chair.
Honorable Tindi Mwale.
Thank you, Chair. I rise to support the amendment, especially the way the Chair has raised about the composition of the board. It's very important. We have seen so many boards get into problems or in executing their mandate, problems in executing their mandate because of the composition. I also support my colleagues who have raised the issue about the licensing. We need to limit the time specification about the licensing, Chair, but I support the amendment. Thank you very much.
Honorable Barasa.
Madam Chair, these issues of licensing, there should be the requirement that one has to satisfy before a license is renewed or given. And to me, timeline is not of any essence. Once you meet the requirements, even if it's after 3 minutes, you are given the license. It's about meeting the conditions that one has to meet before you are given the license. You know, at times, even when you say that they should be given within 20 days or 30 days, and somebody has complied, there is no reason why the licensee, the licensing entity, should delay issuance of such a license upon meeting the minimum requirement for that person to be issued with a license. It should be automatic. We need not to belabor.
Okay.
We'll be making some people very
Honorable
lazy.
members, I now put the question. Honorable Nabi Nabwera, member for Lugari.
Thank you, Chair. Now, if you look at our agricultural laws architecture in this country, we haven't been able to move in many of the sectors because leaving laws loose. Too much breather. And I want to agree with the Honorable Wundo that in contextualizing this particular section of the law, we should not allow too much luxury of time. Maybe, Chair, what we would do to help this area is that we cover the issue of time in the regulations. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Kiamba, the last one on this. It looks like your mic is not working. Please move to a mic that is working. Try to give her the next one. The one behind you. The one behind you.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I support the amendment, but I think as Honorable Ondo has suggested, the issue of time frame makes the clause valid, because without time, it will just be like you've licensed people to do whatever they want at whatever time. I think we need to have a clear time frame when they need to meet those conditions. Otherwise, it's as good as not having the clause say anything. Thank you.
Yes, the Honorable Chair.
Chair, you know, I hear the Honorable Nabi and Honorable Wundo, but you know, you've already given a license. There's a farmer or a person running a ginnery going on with what's supposed to do. Chair, we must give discretion to the person who goes to supervise. The person who comes and sees by himself or herself how that factory is being run should have some discretion. If we now fix at 14 days or 15 days, and the person who is running this has invested like $1 billion, and what is required to be done requires a month, we'll have tied down their hands. This is a matter that requires discretion. That's why you should leave at least a leeway for the person doing the supervision, determine that, in my opinion, this should take a week, a month, or 3 months. I think this amendment is reasonable.
Honorable members, I'll give the last chance to the chair. We put the question so that we make progress. Chairman.
Chair, I would like to invite Honorable Wundo to read Clause 27, which clearly answers this question. Clause 27, Honorable Chair, for the benefit of everyone, A1 states that the board may refuse to grant a license where the application does not comply with the requirements imposed under this Act. And then 2 reads that the board shall notify the applicant of the decision within 14 days of such refusal. So please read the entire bill.
Honorable members, let us now go to the question. I now put the question that Clause 29 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that Clause 29 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 30.
I propose the question that Clause 30 be part of the bill, Chairman.
Chair, we're still discussing licensing, even in under clause 30, where we did also correct the referencing and also look further into the responsibilities of the board on licensing and the revocation of such licenses. We also did improve on the consistency with the marginal notes, and it is the board that is responsible to revoke a license and not the county executive committee member. So we did correct that anomaly as well.
I now propose the question that clause 30 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 30 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 30 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 31.
Chair, the information. I first propose the question that clause 31 be part of the bill. Chair, I'm told that you have an amendment in an amended form. So proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, we did look at clause 31 and made our proposals, but the Honorable Mutuse has an amendment which to us is more preferable. Honorable Chair, the amendment by Honorable Mutuse, which is better than ours in terms of giving the schedules of the meetings, will be more appropriate in this particular respect.
Honorable Mutuse.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
So I would like to finalize. I would like him to finalize because what he's saying is very important for us to make progress. Honorable Mutuse, please proceed as the chair prepares himself.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, Madam Chair. As the chair of the Agriculture Committee, the Honorable Dr. Mutunga has alluded, we have had discussions because the committee has a proposal, and I also had proposed an amendment which in spirit is similar to what the committee wants to achieve. However, our amendment is broader in the sense that it also provides how the tribunal, because basically we are providing, these are provisions to provide for the establishment of a tribunal that will be able to sort out disputes that will arise within the sector. You realize that you require an efficient system of dispute resolution so that you do not have to take too long sorting out disputes in court. And therefore, the establishment of tribunal, we are in agreement. However, the committee had not provided as to how the tribunal shall operate. And we thought that rules of procedure in terms of meetings and procedure when you bring a dispute before the tribunal, how are you going to register it? How are parties going to be served? How are parties going to do pre-trials? And within what period of time is the dispute going to be resolved? We added that. And I have had discussions with the chair of the committee, and he's been magnanimous enough to accept that the proposed amendment by ourselves carries the day as it is richer than the amendment that had been proposed by the committee.
Chairman?
Honorable Chair, the committee wishes to drop the amendment to clause 31 and further amendment to clause 31. We propose that the bill may be amended by deleting clause 31.
Honorable members, Honorable Barasa. Let me propose the question first. I propose the question that clause 31 be deleted as proposed by the chair. Honorable Barasa?
I want to support the proposal to delete this clause, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, we have got so many crop tribunals in this country. They serve no purpose. It is wastages. We should have just one tribunal in the whole country that deals with those crop disputes. Because I don't think, I think that
a person who understands matters law can interpret various crop acts in this country to avoid having so many, every crop, Mira have a tribunal, maize, we want to have their own tribunal, cotton, they have tribunal. Madam, this is a waste of resources and a waste of time. Those officers should serve elsewhere. So I support the community's decision to delete this clause.
Okay. Honorable Undo, Professor. Give him the next mic.
Chair, I want to agree to some extent by my good friend Winared Kibura. Now, Chair, I totally agree. Chair, if you look at the intent and the wording of the clause, it seems to resolve disputes between the cotton farmer and the cooperative societies and other members. In the current Cooperative Act, Honorable Chair, there is already a tribunal, a cooperative tribunal, that resolves disputes between the cooperators and the management of the cooperative. In the new act, and me and Honorable Gishimo were privileged to sit in another committee that's reviewing the act, actually the mandate and the composition of the tribunal has been changed. Again, under the Crop Act, there are very many tribunals. I would imagine any dispute arising out of any arrangement between the members and the cooperative union should be dealt under the tribunal or cooperative tribunal. Any other matters dealing with the disputes about cropping, crop husbandry, dispute between one farmer and another, there are enough regulations and laws under the county government that can be dealt with. This is just a waste of public resources. They'll have really nothing to do, and I would want the chair to drop, as well as my good friend Honorable Mutuse, to drop, and probably just make a reference, or we can redraft the section that any dispute arising will be handled by the cooperative tribunal established under the Cooperative Act. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Honorable members, I now put the question.
Okay. Now that they're going to be working on on an amendment that they're agreeing on, I'm just trying to agree with Honorable Wundo that as you do that, please put a mandatory requirement for ADR. Put a mandatory requirement that before they go to any tribunal, there's a level at which they sort out the issues at the cooperative level within the county, then within the region, before someone now goes to some umpire that is like a court system. That's going to help, because we cannot have farmers, any small issue between farmers on which crop, or your tassels, did with mine and the crop that came out is not the right one. Let's have a way of solving these issues locally.
Honorable members, I would like now to put the question that clause 21, bill deleted as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I will now put the question. That is a deletion.
Clause 32.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 2 be part of the bill. Clause 32 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Chair, we examined clause 32 in view of the responsibilities of the county government to designate and the collection centers contracts. To designate the collection centers. Chair, we did also assign the county executive responsibility of to do the designation. Chair, we also did look at what the board would need to do in terms of ensuring that a collection center meets the required standards and not the cabinet secretary as stated in the bill as it is right now. So, Chair, those are the proposals we made.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 33 be, clause 32 be amended as proposed by the chair. Yes, let me get an alternative voice, Professor. The Honorable Member for Gichugu, the Honorable Gechimo Gedeji. Oh, sorry. The Honorable Professor Undo, Member for Finyula.
Chair, I have very nostalgic memories about collection centers. and we used to call them stores in my constituency. It was one of the leading cotton growing. And Honorable Chair, the way it was designed, it was owned by the cooperative societies. Because those who are going to grow cotton, they're going to aggregate in corporate societies. And a corporate society is more or less like a private entity. Asking the county governments then to set up collection centers, what will be the connections? Will be the, how will they relate? Now the collection centers belong to county governments. With the consignments, the collection center belong to county governments. Who will be in charge of security of the cotton collected and stored in the collection centers? I think, and Chair, it's something that you need to look at. Let the process be handled by the corporate societies and their cotton association to avoid bringing in the county governments, give them a burden they have no capacity to carry, unless you are going to say...
Professor, please summarize, because you're in the committee of the whole house.
Yeah, that's fine, I have summarized. Have a look at it.
So, honorable members, I put the question that clause 32 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 32 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 33.
I propose the question that clause 33 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Chair, we did look at clause 33, and we basically corrected the typographical errors, and also we did correct the referencing, the cross-referencing.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 33 be amended as proposed by the chair, and it being it's a typographical error, a clarification.
There is also, Chair, we also did a bit more work because we did provide, we looked at the penalty provided under subclause 9, which appeared too high, and therefore we did amend. And finally, we also did amend under clause 10 to give room for appeal if the aggrieved parties are not satisfied with the board decision.
Which clause, Chair, are you speaking to? 33?
33, yes.
33. So, honorable members, I propose the question that clause 33 be amended as proposed by the chair, and I now put the question that clause 33 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 33 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 34.
I propose the question that clause 34 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Chair, clause 34, we did a little bit of cleaning and correction of the typographical errors.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 34 be amended as proposed by the chair, and I now put the question that clause 34 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 34 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 35.
I propose the question that clause 35 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Chair, we did look at clause 35, and the committee did provide for issuance of renewal of licenses as provided in the Act, and not just under section 32. And also we did also bestow the responsibility of licenses to the board and not to the county executive committee.
I propose the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed by the chair. The Honorable David Ochieng. Oh, thank you. The Honorable, if you have no interest in this, do not go to the intervention. The Honorable Patrick Ndwiga, member for Chuka Igamba Ng'ombe. Or your interest is not in this one. So now I put the question that clause 35 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 35 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 36.
I propose the question that clause 36 be part of the bill, Chairman.
Honourable Chair, we just made some corrections on clause 36, on corrections on references.
Okay. I propose the question that clause 36 be part of the bill. I put the question. Let me go back first to the proposal. I propose the question that clause 36 be amended as proposed by the chair. And I now put the question that clause 36 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 36 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 37.
I propose the question that clause 37 be part of the bill, Chairman.
Chair, on clause 37, we just did correct the text to be consistent with the marginal notes.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 37 be amended as proposed by the chairman. And I now put the question that clause 37 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as have that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 37 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as have a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 38.
I propose the question that clause 38 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Honourable Chair, we provide a clarity on clause 38. We provide a clarity on how the money will be utilized by the board.
Thank you. I propose the question that clause 38 be amended as proposed. And I now put the question that clause 38 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 38 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as are of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 39.
I propose the question that clause 39 be part of the bill. Here we have amendments by the chair and the Honorable Mutusi. I'll start with the Honorable Mutusi.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Clause 39 is about imposition of levies. And we are proposing an amendment for the imposition of cotton development levy so that the industry is resourced. And it has three particular limbs that are important in our proposed amendment. Number one, we want the levy to be levied on imported finished textiles, not on the local cotton or raw materials that may be coming to the country. The purpose of imposing the levy on finished products, textiles, is number one, to protect the industry that we want to grow locally. And number two, also to protect our economy from cheap imports from other economies. Number two, the amendment as provided was very broad, and we had left the board with unfettered powers to determine how the monies thus collected will be spent. I have come up with a proposal to say the monies that will be collected from the cotton development levy, 70% of that money will be used to establish constituency cotton value addition centers, so that members of this house who come from cotton growing areas have a fund to establish the cotton development centers within their constituency for purposes of promoting the cotton industry. And number two, 30%, 70% is for establishment of constituency cotton development centers, and 30% of that fund will be used as soft credit to farmers for purposes of promotion of this industry. And therefore, after consulting with the chairman Mutunga, the chair, Dr. Mutunga of the Agriculture Committee, we agreed that this amendment that we are proposing is justified. It is in the spirit of promoting the industry, and it is at the center of making sure that farmers have monies to use in the farming, and also there is money for the government to use in terms of establishing cottage industries at the local level. And they will protect us from because even if you look at this house, many of us are wearing imported clothes. And yes, and the purpose of this amendment is to make sure that these clothes can actually be made locally and we can export. So I thank you, Madam Speaker, and I request the House to adopt the amendment that I am proposing.
So then, thank you very much. The amendment has been circulated. Please make sure that the Honorable Ocheng, the member for Ugenya, has that amendment. And I'll give the first opportunity to the Chairman Agriculture. I propose the question that clause 39 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Mutuse. And I give the first opportunity to the Honorable Chair, bearing in mind that if Honorable Mutuse is carried, then yours will be accommodated.
Thank you very much, Chair. Indeed, we did only align the levy to the national level as opposed to the county level as proposed by in this legislation. It is legislative proposal. So, Chair, we accept the proposal by Honorable Mutuse because it basically bars finished products from coming into Kenya, which will do several things: stimulate local production and productivity, increase on value addition, and create jobs which we need. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. Honorable Barasa.
Madam Chair, I want to propose the amendments by Honorable Mutuse. If we want to protect the cotton sector, you don't put any tax to the importing cotton and finished product. You completely ban. So what we need this country to do is to ban importation of cotton and unfinished cotton products. Because the moment you create a levy, that you have a levy without, you must first have regulations. How are the levies you are collecting going to trickle down to develop the sector? So we don't want to go to the areas where the courts have said that we come up with a proposal to increase taxes on certain products, and we don't have a framework on how these collected taxes and the fund is going to benefit the farmers. So I agree that we must protect the cotton industry, and the protecting the cotton industry is not to tax imports, but to completely ban cotton imports so that our farmers can be able to get value for the cotton crop that they are growing. So I reject the amendments by Honorable Mutuse.
Honorable David Ocheng.
Chair, the reason for this bill primarily is to revive the failed cotton industry. Our history as a country has shown that every time we introduce a levy, then this body we are creating here today will be looking forward to raising money, not developing the cotton industry. That's my fear. And we've seen this throughout. Chair, you may not know this today, and with pun intended. The housing levy money cannot be used, it's just lying there. The railway development levy that we introduced the last term is just lying there. It's not being used to develop the railway line. Chair, I oppose anything that introduces money, because we've seen whenever you give boards money, the mandate changes from what was meant to be. If it's sugar, they will not develop sugar. They will now be looking at how to raise money through that levy provision. We have ways of protecting the cotton industry without necessarily having a levy.
Honorable Emase, you are the co-sponsor of the bill.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to oppose this amendment. First of all, it's ambiguous. It's just saying impose a levy. Impose on what? If you want to impose it on imports, then you have to be specific and say impose on imports. But Chair, I want to agree with Honorable Cheng. The intention of this bill is to resuscitate the industry, the cotton growing and marketing and everything about cotton. So we cannot begin by introducing levies on anything. I support the idea that we need to protect our industries, to create opportunities. If we have to do that, then we ban importation. But we cannot begin by introducing levies. I oppose, Honorable Speaker.
Then in that case, we put this to a vote. I'll give just one more person, the Honorable Nabi.
Chair, I want to support the amendment. And Chair, I'm supporting the amendment on this premise. That if you listen to Honorable Mutuse carefully, we are not imposing a levy on local cotton production. We are imposing a levy on any imported. And Chair, we must agree that we are in a global world. We also must agree that before we become self-sufficient, we will rely on importation. And therefore, we must take it in the context that we are, as we grow to be self-sufficient, we will still be importing cotton. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Susan Kiamba. The Honorable Susan Kiamba shall be heard in silence. She's from a cotton growing zone. Honorable, can you please give her a mic, please? Please come to the front mics. I think there is a small problem with the mics where you are. Honorable Mutuse, I'll give you a chance to comment, please. What is out of order, Honorable Mutuse? Please come to the first and the second line, Honorable Susan, as Honorable Mutuse clarifies. Honorable members, I think we have a problem with the mics, but we just keep trying whichever mic. Give to the Honorable Mutuse. Half a minute, please clarify.
Madam Chair, I am rising on a point of order. The point of order is that I realize members are debating using the order paper. And the order paper does not contain the amendment that I'm proposing. And therefore, my point of order is that if members would have the benefit of having the amendment that I'm proposing, then it will be very easy for us to agree. Because the issue of who we are levying the tax on is clearly provided under my subclause 2, that it is on imported textiles. So if members can have it as a matter of order, then it will be very easy for them to agree with what I'm proposing, Madam Chair.
I'm very sorry,
Honorable Speaker, I don't know whether this is deliberate, because how can the whole opposition have no communication? I think this is intentional. I don't think this is technical, because how can I move?
Honorable Susan, please go to the point. The challenge we have with mics is universal. It's in all areas. It's going to be corrected. So please go to your point. Give it to her.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I support the amendment of Honorable Mutuse, but only in part 1. Part 1, where we are actually having the issue of tariffs to ensure we protect the local cotton farmers. But the part 2, I do not support, because if we have every crop reinforcing any form of taxation, I think there will be a lot of confusion in this particular country. I think the taxation should not be reinforced to be for developing cotton, because as a matter of policy, we should actually have policies that direct where the priority is. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Well, now I want the... What is out of order, Honorable Chen?
Chair, I'm just wondering whether at this stage we can have, because this is like a tax, and I'm wondering whether at this stage, on something we didn't do public participation on, we can at this stage introduce a tax where the sector has not considered it, we've not done public participation on it, we're opening ourselves up to litigation, and I would request that we retain what there was, because that's what we did public participation on. This one, as it is, may open us up to, litigation and all that, because there's no public participation on it.
Honorable members, for the purpose of progress, I'll give the chair a chance to say something, then we'll make a decision on what to do on this clause. No, Chairman.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, the contention in the room is that we may not introduce a tax at this point in time. The other issue is that the levy is not appropriately shared in view of functions that it's supposed to respond to. Honorable Chair, leaving clause 39 as per the committee position will give possibility for us to introduce the levy, and then we can have public participation at the regulation stage, which will specify exactly how the levy is going to be used. But a levy is important in this subsector.
Chair, I would like to ask you a question. Whether the levy that you are suggesting is in Article 114 of the Constitution, so that we know what decision to make.
Chair,
so if it is subject to Article 114, then we may not be able to proceed. If it is not, we can proceed.
And the chair be assisted, please.
Okay. Chairman?
Chair, the bill already provides for imposition of a levy, as it is. All we did is to align the levy to the national level because they were putting it at the county level.
So then, Chair, it means you are supporting Honorable Mutuse's amendment? Does it mean you are supporting Honorable Mutuse's amendment?
Chair, let's stick to our amendment, the committee amendment.
We stick to your amendment?
Yes, yes, Madam Chair. Yes,
so then you are not supporting Honorable Mutuse's amendment? Okay, then I put this to a vote. Honorable members, we have really, I think we have given it enough time. So I would like now to put the question. I put the question that clause 39 be amended as proposed by the Honorable Mutuse. Will as many as are of this opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it. There is a further amendment by the chair. Chair, you may proceed.
Honorable Chair, the committee proposes that the levy be a function of the national government and not the county government in that particular amendment.
I propose the question that clause 39 be amended as proposed by the chairman. And I put the question that clause 39 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 39 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 40 and 41.
I propose the question that clause 40 and 41 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now propose that the question that clause 40 and 41 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? I now put the question that clause 40 and 41 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 42.
I propose the question that clause 42 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Honorable Chair, all we did to clause 42 is substitute the word National Assembly and Senate to read Parliament.
Honorable members, I propose the question that clause 42 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 42 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 42 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 43.
I propose the question that clause 43 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 43 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 44.
I propose the question that clause 44 be part of the bill, Chairman.
Chair, on clause 44, we emphasize the need for the Cabinet Secretary to be responsible for matters relating to agriculture. Responsible for matters relating to agriculture to be part of the initiation of the implementation of incentives for the cotton industry.
Thank you, Chairman. I propose the question that clause 44 be amended as proposed by the chairman. Yes. Well, Professor Undo.
Chair, I can see the very good intention of the committee as pronounced through the chair. But Honorable Chair, I'm afraid that the issue of tax incentives and the rest of the things is clearly stipulated in the Constitution and the PFM Act. I do not know under what powers can a Cabinet Secretary for Treasury grant tax incentives unless it's done through the finance bill. I can see we are going to run into constitutional headwinds, or we're going to have a superfluous clause that cannot be implemented. Probably the legal team can advise the chair, and then he can advise us consequently. Thank you, Chair.
Chairman, Honorable Chair, the matter that has been raised by the Honorable Awundo is serious, so would you like to comment on that?
Chair, we did not indicate that the CS Treasury will be part of the incentives. We said CS Agriculture will be part of the incentives. CS Agriculture understands what kind of incentives we are talking about.
The Chair of Agriculture.
Please give him the mic.
Chair, to just build on what Honorable Bondo has said, this would look very good if the Chair just did a further amendment and remove the word tax. Chair, I want to plead with you. Just remove the word tax from this. It opens the whole thing up to the ministers concerned. Do anything that they can do. It's not limited to tax. If you allow, Chair, just a further amendment and say that the minister concerned, as it reads now, the CS blah, 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 will take such measures including incentives. Just remove the word tax. Because that's what I have here.
Please read your amendment, Chair, and then I'll put it to a vote. Please give him the mic. Give the Chairman Agriculture the mic.
Chair, the clause 44 amendment from the committee reads as follows. The Cabinet Secretary responsible for agriculture may, in consultation with the Cabinet Secretary for Treasury, initiate implementation of the measures, including tax incentives, in order to promote the development of the cotton industry.
Honorable members, so it is in consultation.
We can move further amendment. We move that.
Honorable Gishugu.
Chair, I think this is not possible. The two ministers cannot initiate taxes that can bring, but incentives without taxes can work. And that is where now we lost a point, because this industry would have been self-sustaining if there was a levy that would enable the industry to run on itself. But now we lost that point at some point, but a tax cannot be introduced by two CSs in consultation.
Let the chair do. I would like to give a chance to the chair.
Chair, the provision of tax is already in the bill, unless we are moving an amendment to remove that. And then we only introduced the Minister for Agriculture to consult with this other minister for Treasury for purposes of defining the incentives.
Honorable
Negotiating
members,
the incentives.
with that in mind, I now put the question that clause 44 be amended as proposed by Chairman Agriculture. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it. Okay. Now I put the question that clause 44 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Honorable members, that amendment has been rejected. So I put the question that clause 44 be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 45.
I propose the question that clause 45 be part of the bill. Chairman, you have amendments?
Chair, we did look at this particular provision and we thought it was not necessary. So in the lead clause 45.
I propose the question that clause 45 be amended as proposed by the chair. Any interest in this, honorable members? I now put the question that clause 45 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? Chair, is clause 45 a deletion? It's a deletion. Okay, I propose the question that clause 45 be deleted as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 45 be deleted as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 46.
I propose the question that clause 46 be part of the bill. Chairman.
Chair, we did align the penalty with the offense in this particular respect.
I propose the question that clause 46 be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that clause 46 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 46 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 47.
I propose the question that clause 47 be part of the bill. Chairman?
Chair, we did away with or deleted subclauses 7(1)(c) because it is not necessary. We did not find the value for that particular subclause.
I propose the question that clause 48, clause 47 be amended as proposed by the chairman. I now put the question that clause 47 be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question that clause 47 as amended be part of the bill. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 48.
I propose the question that clause 48 be part of the bill. There be no amendment. I now put the question that clause 48 be part of the bill. Will as many as are of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I would like to call the mover to move reporting in the interest of time. Honorable members, when we resume, we'll start from clause 49. Chairman? The mover is Honorable Emase.
Honorable Chair, I beg to move that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Cotton Industry Development Bill, Senate Bill number 5 of 2023, up to from clause 3 up to clause 48, and its approval thereof with amendments, and seek leave to sit again.
Thank you very much, Honorable Emase. Honorable members, I put the question, which is that the committee do report to the House its consideration of the Cotton Industry Development Bill, Senate Bill number 5 of 2023, up to clause 48, and its approval thereof with amendments, and seek leave to sit again. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Will as many as of a contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Honorable members, as you're aware, we've done 3 bills in committee. So we'll start with reporting on the first one we did, which was the pension. I therefore call the chairperson to move for reporting.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2022, and approved the same with amendments. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Where's the mover?
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2022. I also request the Honorable Brighton Yegon to second the motion.
Speaker, I second.
Thank you, honorable members. I therefore propose the question that this House do agree with the report of the Committee of the Whole House on its consideration of the Pensions Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 44 of 2022. Members, as you can see, I therefore defer the putting of the question for obvious reasons.
When are we likely to resume on that court?
On the matter, till the next time it is slotted in the order paper. Therefore, move to the next bill. The next bill is the sugar bill. Chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Senate amendment to the sugar bill, National Assembly Bill number 54 of 2022 and approved the same with amendments. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Mover.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request the Honorable Nabina Buera to second the motion of agreement with the report of the committee of the whole House. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Nabi.
Honorable Speaker, I second the motion.
Thank you. Honorable members, I propose the question, which is that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Members, again, for the obvious reasons, the putting of the question on this matter will be done next time the amendments are put in the order paper. The next bill we considered this morning is the cotton bill. The chairperson.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to report that the Committee of the Whole House has considered the Cotton Industry Development Bill, Senate Amendment Bill number 5 of 2023, up to clause 48, and approved the same with amendments, and seek the leave to sit again. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Mover. Honorable Emase. Same options.
Honorable Speaker, I beg. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House. Sorry.
If you have what you have, just there's a part that says you beg to move the House do agree with the committee in the said report.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. I also request, Honorable Speaker, I also request Honorable Mutuse to second for the agreement with the report of the Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable Speaker, I second.
Thank you, honorable members. I do propose the question that the House do agree with the committee in the said report. Members, again, for obvious reasons, the decision on that agreement will be done the next time this bill is noted in the order paper. Honorable members, and time now being 1:09 p.m., this House stands adjourned until Wednesday, 31st of July 2024 at 2:30 p.m. That is today.
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. This is War, Peace, and the Presidency. I'm Amy Goodman. An Israeli strike on a school in Gaza killed at least 30 Palestinians on Saturday and injured over 100 more. Thousands of Palestinians had been seeking shelter at the school in Deir al-Balah. Many of the victims were children. Survivors decried the Israeli attack.
Since November, we are here. Nothing happened. Today, they targeted us with missiles. We don't know where to go. There is no safe place. They tell us, go east, then west. We don't know where to go. The schools are not safe. The tents are not safe. And the houses are not safe. Where should we go? I'm going to sit in the middle of the street.
On Sunday, an Israeli airstrike in Khan Yunis killed 10 people, including a 4-month-old baby girl. Meanwhile, Israel's issued new orders for Palestinians to flee the Barej and Nuzay